Some people in a world where we're always told to go along to get along end up asking themselves just a moment while I give some thought to figure out what it is I'm really involved in. And when you're in a society where go along to get along is the chorus line constantly, people feel that it's hard to break with the norm. The Emperor's New Clothes is a widely admired children's story that shows that this is particularly true and particularly forceful when there's nothing to it, when dissenting is the easiest thing in the world. A good example of this is the equity fetish that pops up anytime somebody says anything. The constant comparing it to a double imagined or projected or sometimes very real double standard. But the point isn't the question usually, it's the spin control. An example of what's happening and how this operates is the controversy of Kamala, the Olympic skater, the Olympian who's being worked over by various factions for supposedly taking a performance boosting drug. But the whole thing is suspicious. And nobody's asking the deeper questions. How does this relate to the spin control that's in vogue? Penis J. Sinfield, formerly of King Crimson, a real kook operation from Britain, and Arnold Schwarzenegger have long been partners. Just as Kim, Sherman Alexie, the Black Panthers, the mongering Manpower that was at the Super Bowl halftime, and Trumpy Tune have long been partners in establishing a huge spin control operation around things like COVID, which was a shrewd depopulation by the Arts Council of dictators that everybody's told to just accept it's part of Build Back Better or something. Well, one of the ways to get to the essence of how dishonest the whole thing is, because ultimately what's at stake at minimum is our honesty. We lost grannies. I say that I'm not trying to be a bumper sticker head. It's true. Children so beloved, elders die. So when you look at what happened at Carnegie Mellon University, you can get some background on what they really did, because, you know, like if I was to make a riddle book of illustrating the personality of the people in Seattle and Pittsburgh and put this thing together with the administrators and the very clean cut weirdo that Obama is, what you would have is something like, what did they call beating and torturing a traumatized deaf child? Having fun. Ha 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 ha. Would they have called? What would they have called? The Fern Hollow gang have called a bridge inspector last year a trespasser. Ha ha. Trying to pull something is what they would have said. You're offsides. Mind your own business. Especially if the person was from building ethics who knew the codes, could sound the warning, close the bridge, make repairs. That's all the question. Because of go along, get along routines. What do they call Tom Sawyer's hat? Proof of rape. What do they call Greta Thunberg's memoirs? I, Claudia. What does TCC stand for? Trumpy Tune Candid Camera. What do they call museum thieves? Repo men. So when you see a situation, people say, aren't saying, Mac, what's the deeper issues here? Nobody wants to hear any of that. You have to bear in mind that, I have this problem with almost everybody I know. I have to go along to get along. That's the way it is. And some people in Russia, for example, Mikhail Bakhtin, who I really like, showed his dissent by the way that he appreciated the people who differed from him. He would ask questions. He was highly Socratic. Now I realize that they start dripping their poison vial when they hear Socrates, but Carnegie Mellon is berserk. The Gurdjieff Society tuned into a neuroplasm that they implanted inputs and said, tell us the first thing that comes to your head because it's sacred intuition, and used it for fire bombings. I mean, the domestic terrorism par excellence came out of these assholes. So I know what I'm talking about. When I say that Mikhail Bakhtin was Socratic, what I mean was that he questioned in an appreciative way. Nobody has a monopoly over appreciation.